start by adding the wheat flour to this recipe. Here I have 1.5 cups of wheat flour. I have a teaspoon of dry yeast, and I also have 135 milliliters of lukewarm water. It can't be too hot, okay? And that's all the ingredients for our dough. If you'd like to add them, please feel free. I mixed and kneaded my dough well until it looked like this, no longer sticking to my fingers. So, this is the right consistency. We've reached this point here. I'm going to cover my dough and let it rest for 35 minutes. And while that's happening, I'll prepare my filling. Here I have grated ham and grated cheese, 100 g of each. Now, to give it a little extra hold, I add tomato sauce, 4 tablespoons, to be exact. If you don't want to use tomato sauce, you can use cream cheese instead, or a little bit of heavy cream, which is also super tasty. Oh, my dough has already risen. It's already a very light dough. I'm going to transfer it to my table now with a little flour on top and underneath to make it easier to roll out. And with the rolling pin, I'm going to roll out my dough. Those who want to use a pasta machine can, but those who don't have one can do it like this with a rolling pin or even a bottle. I've rolled out my dough. I'm going to use one of those cereal bowls, which has a slightly wider opening, to cut circles from my dough. We're going to cut 3 circles here. I'll show you the thickness. Look, everyone. Not too thin and not too thick. Right, here's the filling. I take the dough like this, and then I put in a very generous amount of the filling. Then, something you might want to do is let your creativity shine. You could make it using chicken or ground beef. It's incredibly delicious either way. And the important thing is to press it down well like this, so that the dough sticks well, then it doesn't open up, and then roll it up a little on the table to make it nice and round. I'm just going to lightly flatten it here, in this manner, to give it a nicer appearance. I'm going to make another one to show you. I put a portion of my filling here. I press it down well, so that our dough sticks well. The reason why this dough doesn't dry out too much is that it needs to stay moist enough to stick together. I'm rolling out the dough again, as if in a dream, and gently press it from above. It's here now. Now I'm going to put them in a baking pan, 1 by 1. This recipe yielded 5 units. And I'm going to cover them and let them rest for about an hour. Look how much they've risen. I took a frying pan and put it on low heat. This frying pan of mine here is non-stick, so if yours isn't, it's a good idea to add a little oil, cover it, and let it cook for 5 to 6 minutes. After that, I uncover it and flip the rolls. It's important to keep the heat very low so that it cooks through and doesn't stay raw inside. I cover it again for another 5 to 6 minutes on low heat. And there you have our rolls. Okay, everyone? Don't worry, because since the dough isn't very thick and the heat is very low, in about 12 minutes of cooking, it will be nicely cooked inside and super filled. Look at our rolls. I'm going to open one here to show you the consistency. It's a little warm, but to show you what it looks like inside, see? Very filled, very creamy. The dough is well cooked, and as you saw, an easy, simple recipe without needing to use the oven. No,